everybody, this is Tina with Rehatch Designs, and I am here with my first real crafting video for 2021. I hope everyone had a wonderful Christmas and is getting into the new year with a lot of optimism and hope and everything. And with that, I just wanted to thank all of my subscribers, um, the old, the new, whoever. I've hit the 1,500 mark, and I have kept track of all those comments. And I will be doing my giveaway in the next couple days. I want to thank everyone. When I think about this, I started just a little over a year ago. Actually, I think I started maybe January 20th last year. And so I've gone from 5 subscribers to 1,500 in, less than a year, or over 1,500. And that's fantastic. I'm really excited about that. And with that being said, for the new year, I want to kind of just go over a few things that I'm probably going to be doing. I am still going to try and stick to my Tuesday, Thursday schedule of releasing videos. I may, do them on a different day, but release them those days. And then have my Fun Friday. And on my Fun Friday, I just kind of want to do things that are not necessarily structured, just whatever comes to mind. And, just fun things that I can think of that is just enjoyable. Maybe not production oriented or anything like that. Just fun. And that's kind of what I'm going to concentrate on today for our Fun Friday. But I do want to talk about a couple things that I want to get done. I will be doing more of my organizing and, craft room series, but I don't know if I want to commit to a day of the week to do that, because I don't know how often I'm going to put those out. So I'm just going to kind of just throw them in here or there. And I really don't know what I have to offer people, other than what you've probably already seen. I'll probably change a few things around here or there. But for the most part, like if I organize something different in my file cabinets or whatever, I'll let you guys know and let you see how I'm doing it. But so I'll just throw those in here or there. So the Tuesdays and Thursdays, I kind of want to keep those kind of a series type thing, and I'm going to try my best to have them be consecutive. Like we start something on Tuesday, and then on Thursday we finish it, and keep most of them like to 2. I can't promise that because some things take longer, but I'm going to try and do that. So anyway, with that being said, I am going to probably Tuesday start a couple things. I have one of the things I wanted to do, and I had talked about this in my walkthrough, is I have a whole bunch of stuff. Well, actually, I don't have that many because I finished quite a few in October and November, and I got a lot of those out. But I do have some things pending that I want to finish. And I think we all go through that, where we have projects that we start and we haven't finished. And I'm going to give you an idea of a few of them that we'll be working on. And I don't know what order they're going to be in. I bought these really cool bags. I'm sure they're probably used like in a wedding or whatever. and I think I got them for 50 cents at a thrift store. This is a little white for me, so I'm probably going to tea stain that. And then I have another one over here. This one's a little bit bigger. And I'm probably going to add more to this. Okay. But anyway, the bags are already made. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably tea stain these. Okay. And I'm going to put something in them. And what I have is I had made these on my channel before. And these are covers. I haven't made the journal that goes in them. And this is meant to be, this is a glove that's glued on there and a tassel and everything. And then here's another one. And what I thought I would do with these is I'm going to make a journal to go in them. And they fit inside these bags. And I thought this would be a cute thing because I know during Christmas time, a lot of people get engaged. Let's see. I cannot open it. It's like in a knot. Oh, well. Anyway, the inside on these looks kind of like that. And I'm thinking about using some different papers I already have. In any case, I want to finish these. The cover was made with kind of collaged papers. It has a lot of trim and lace on it. And this really frilly. I haven't decided what papers I'm going to use or anything on this, but I thought this would be kind of fun for us to do as a project because maybe you guys know somebody that's gotten engaged, somebody's daughter, granddaughter, your daughter, and or you, who knows? And you could use this as a planner. This could also be like a guest book or a memory type book. I'm trying to remember. I don't remember what the size of this was. When I did these, I didn't really, let's see, 6 by 9. So it's a good size. So I'm going to make a couple journals with that. And so I'll bring you guys along for the ride. So you can see that. And if you want to see how I made the cover, I'll see if I can find it and put it in the description box so you can click on it because I don't remember what playlist that was in. It was so long ago, but that way you can see how I made the cover. And then I had these 2 other covers, and we made this on my channel. I'll have to try and go back and link all those. But this is with some vintage material. This is very vintage. I thought it was like 1800s or something. It's very, I don't know. I don't remember what. Oh, it was a pillowcase, I believe. Anyway, and this is just wrapping paper. And this I made, I think it was with a series of covers. Here's another cover that I made in that series. And I'll try and put that one in there too. But anyway, I haven't ever made anything out of these, so I think I'll try and make something out of both of these. And so probably I'm going to try and do some series of use what start to finish. And I don't know how. I'm like, I'll do like maybe since the covers are already made and I can link or give you in the description box the links to that so you can see how the covers were made so we don't have to go through that process. We can just go and do the journals themselves. So I thought that would be kind of fun to get those done. And I have no idea what papers I'm going to use. If you guys have any ideas that what would work with that, then great. Another thing I wanted to do is I had this and I had wanted to do this around Christmas time, but I don't know. You never get to do all the things you think you want to do, right? But I have these burlap bags, and I thought they were kind of cool. And I kind of want to make a journal that fits in there out of an old book. I have this really kind of cool old book. It's kind of messed up. And I wanted to do that with a cloth spine, put a new spine in there and it will fit in there and then decorate this. This has 3. I got these at Walmart. They were not expensive. But anyway, so that was another thing that I thought we could do. Today I want to talk about something that for Fun Friday, that I thought we could work on Fridays, when I don't have, because I was trying to think on Fun Fridays, gosh, what exactly can we do? And when I can't think of anything, what can we do on a regular basis? It's just kind of fun. It's not, we're not trying to produce anything. We're just trying to enjoy ourselves. And I came up with the idea of kind of a glue book art journal, kind of a combo type thing. I honestly have never made one, and I've never used one. So this is kind of new to me. And I'm not giving up junk journals or anything like that. But I do like to do mixed media, and I do like to do collage. So I kind of thought I'm going to kind of combine those two together in my own personal, I'm just going to call it a glue book. But it's really kind of an art journal. So it's going to be kind of a combo. And let me show you what I'm going to use. I bought these books, and I'm going to make more, and I'll probably put them on my Etsy shop because I couldn't possibly use all these. I bought these. This is the Fabulous Century. This is Time Life Books, and it goes through 10-year periods, and this is kind of a cloth type cover, and they're not, it doesn't have a very wide spine, but I have this one. I've got this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. Okay. Now, I didn't buy these for the covers, but the covers are really cool. And the one thing, see, this is 1940, 1950. These books are all, they're just pictures. Pictures after picture after picture after picture. Okay? And I mainly bought all these for the pictures. Okay? It's unbelievable. This is what? 1930. So, but if you look at these covers, look how cool that is, right? And then this is the first page in there. Isn't that beautiful? So anyway, let's see. This is 1900 to 1910. Probably one of my favorites here. Look at all these pictures, right? So I mainly got this for that. And I bought these when we were doing our traveling this summer. We went to Estes Park, Colorado. And this was in a bookshop that was from Estes Park Library. And they sold, books old books to benefit the library. And they were 25 cents each. So, like I said, I mainly got all these just so that I could use the pages, but I thought, gosh, these covers are so cool. And I like the size. Let's see. This is 9 inches by 11.5 inches. So, those are nice big pages. Okay, so if I don't know, maybe big pages aren't a good thing. I don't know. See, look at these pictures. Aren't they cool? But in addition to pictures, it has, well, actually, it almost has pictures on every page, so it's going to be really hard to do this. What I want to do is I'm going to save a lot of these pages so that we can glue on them, okay? So they'll fit in the book. But I'm gonna, because there's a lot of them that I probably wouldn't use. They might be too big, or like I probably wouldn't use this one or that one. But they're thick enough that they will work really well in there. Um, for a glue book or a mixed media, because if you're going to be gluing things down, that makes them thicker. And also, too, if you're going to put gesso on them and things like that, you want kind of a thicker page like that. So, anyway, that's what I thought I would do with this. And so I will be repurposing a lot of the pages in here that I wouldn't normally keep. Um, and I'll kind of work through them that way. But the way that I'm going to bind this, let me get this over here. Oh, heavy. Is with my cinch that I hardly ever use. And if you want to do this and you don't have a cinch, you don't have to go out and buy one. You could actually get all the pages ready and the book cover, and you can take it to a lot of copy shops have a binding thing that, they have the industrial ones that they will bind it for you for a very minimal price. So you don't have to have this to do it. I have one, so I'm going to use mine to do this, and it will cut through these covers, and it will, do the pages, and we'll do all of that together. It takes a binding system kind of like this. Okay, I got these on sale. This is the 1 inch, and I don't know if I'm going to use this one. I have another one that's a little bit bigger. I may use that because you want to have room in there, because your pages will get bigger because you're gluing things and things like that. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to be binding mine and probably these other books with my cinch, and that's what I'm going to be doing. Okay. Now, if you don't want to do that, and you don't want to take it to a copy shop or whatever, you can always, if you have a heavy duty hole punch, I have one here. You could do just a hole punch, and then here, just use rings, and they come in different sizes. I have bigger ones too, but you could just do a 3-ring punch in there and do kind of the same thing. So, so that's a thought if you don't want to go through the taking it anywhere. But all right, so let me put this aside, and you can see what you have to do to make one of these is you have to pretty much take the pages out, because what we're going to be doing is we're going to get rid of the existing spine, simply because this would not be probably wide enough for us to use. So you're going to need something to cut it with, like a knife, and you'll go through. Here, I have one I already started. And also, besides the pages in here, I was going to say I'm going to use some mixed media paper that I put in there with it, and I may add some other pages in there that would work well. And these are smaller, and that's okay because I want the the different sizes in there. So, but I'm going to do something like that, and I'm probably going to add some other papers in there too. I have one I already started to open up, but let me show you. Basically, all you're going to do is cut through here, and it should be pretty easy to cut. It depends on the book that you have, but you're basically just going to be taking the pages out just like we do whenever we did our Reader's Digest and stuff like that. You're just cutting it through there. I kind of want to leave that purple page, but it's kind of stuck to this page, so I may not be able to do that. Let me try and see if I can. Oh, well, maybe the cover page I can leave. I probably won't be able to leave that. Let's see. That will probably work. Now, the back page isn't going to work. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this. I hope you can see, just basically I'm taking this and I'm going straight down here. And depending upon how your book is glued together, it will come apart. Okay, so here's all the pages. And like I said, I'm going to go through here and pick out the ones that don't have, I mean, you know, some of these are going to have pictures on them, but I'm not going to be able to, I'm not going to be able to use all of these pictures. Some of them are too big. Some of them I'm not going to use. So I will go through, you know, and pick out pages that I can use because they are pretty thick and they will work. I could use that. Okay. So I'll pick out quite a few pages there. I think what I'm going to be doing, I may glue them together to make them a little bit thicker. Okay, because that way it gives me, you know, something to glue things to. So I may do that. I'm going to go ahead and take this out because I know I'm not going to probably be able to keep it in there. So I'm going to keep the purple inside page because I think that looks kind of cool because it does have the purple on the outside. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I am going to cut this right at the edge. Okay, and get it as straight as I can. You could use a straight edge, but it's actually easier if you hold it up. I hope you can see what I'm doing. And, you know, I mean, you don't have to have these exact books. You could have any book you want. It can be any size you want. You can always decorate the cover if you don't like the, you know, the cover that you have. I just happen to have these because I bought them. And I originally got them just for the pictures, but then I thought, wow, these covers would work really cool. And I don't know, I may or may not do any more decorating to them because I think they kind of look good the way they are, but we'll see. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know. I'm always changing my mind, so. Okay, so there we go. So that's there, and then you may want to kind of go through and straighten it out a little bit, and I have my little sanding block here, and that'll kind of get the rough edges off. Okay. And you may want to decorate the pages a little bit. So I'm just getting the loose pieces off here. And this is just a sanding block. You could just take a piece of sandpaper. Because all this is under here, really, guys, is chipboard. And if you didn't have a book, you could use chipboard. You don't have to have a book cover. Okay, so I've done that. And so now, I've got my covers ready to go. I'm going to just put those aside. I haven't punched the holes in them yet. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through and I'm going to probably keep that. And I'm just go through and pick out pages that I could put in there. Go through my whole book. You know, like these are nice, but honestly, guys, I probably am not going to use those. And now, you can put interesting ones in there too. I mean, you don't have to just put ones that you're going to cover over. It's not that I don't like some of these bigger ones. I would probably keep. Isn't that cool? So, I probably wouldn't want to glue anything on that. So I'm going to pretty much do that and go through here and then pick out my pages. And I will do that all the way through. Okay. And I'm not going to bore you with that because that's not very exciting. So I'm just going to pick through here, different pages that I think I'm not going to care if I cover up. Okay. And as I do that, okay, I've got some right here. Let me move that up here. I'm going to take them and I am going to go ahead and, where'd my glue go? Okay, here we go. I'm going to take it and I'm going to take my, where'd my glue stick go? Okay, I'm going to take my glue stick and I'm just going to take, and it doesn't really matter how I put these in there because what you're going to do in your glue book is you're going to be covering most of this up with other papers, okay? So, and maybe gesso or whatever. So you want it to be reasonably sturdy, okay? So I'm just going to take my glue stick and I am going to just start gluing pages together. And I like using a glue stick better than the liquid glue just because of the fact it doesn't warp. But you do have to kind of use a good glue stick and make sure you get to the edges. I like to use this Scotch permanent glue stick. I think it works really well. And the way I'm going to do this is I just going to do it at the corners first. Take this corner and the bottom. And this corner and the bottom. Okay, and so there's a page right there. And so what will happen is when we go through with the cinch, this will be one page and we'll cut our holes through here to fit in there. And they'll fit, and they should fit in our cover. Let me get it over here. I have it up here. So these are going to fit right in there. I may go ahead and trim these a tiny bit, but I'm not sure yet. May not be necessary. But this is how it's going to work. It's going to fit right in there. And that way we have, because you do have a little bit of an overlap here because you had that little lip that we cut out. So I may cut these down a tiny bit to fit in there. But I'll wait till I'm all done to do that, I think. But anyway, I'm going to do that to, I don't know, I'm thinking probably about 30 pages. I'm going to take, this and do 30 pages of this. And then maybe about 20 pages of my mixed media. Wherever that is. Okay, and this is on a spiral already, so it has like a little cut thing in here. And you can buy this stuff loose too, but I honestly already have this, so I'm going to use what I have. Okay, let's see if I can do this without tearing it. Okay. Kind of hard to tear for some reason. There we go. So, still not coming out. Oops, sorry. So there we go. I'm going to have that, and I'll have about 30 pages like this and 20 pages like that. So, and these will be in between. So we'll be able to just flip through. And of course you could put bigger ones in there that match, but I want the differing pages in there. And so that I'm going to kind of put these in between, and then we'll be binding that to this book. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the camera and get these other pages ready so that you can see that portion. Okay, so you don't have to watch me glue all these together. Hey everybody, I went ahead and glued all my papers together, and in addition to that, I cut off about 1/8 of an inch from the end so that it would fit inside my covers. And I've already used my cinch a little bit. I'm going to show you how this works in case you're interested. Basically, what you do is I'm putting this on here, and this you kind of measure out where the holes are going to be. These represent where the hole is going to be, and of course this hole, it doesn't go all the way down, but you'll see you don't want like a half of one there, or you don't want too much on the end so that it won't turn, because you have to have your spaces. You can't have too much paper so that it can go through these gaps right there. So I hope y'all can see this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do this last one. I think, how did I do that? I think I'm going to do that on that side. So I have my holes here, okay, like that. And now I have to do the other side. And the way this works is you turn it over, and there's a little thing on the side right here. And you go 2 in from here. Basically, you'll go right here. You'll put that in that little punch thing there. Push it down. And then you make sure, if you have a spot where it's going to be a half of a hole or something like it is right here, these things pull out, and that it won't punch, okay? So then after you do that, you just punch it, and you'll have pretty even holes all the way through. So I've already done that. Let's see, I have one more like that. It's kind of already spaced out. I'm going to go ahead and, oh, these are my other papers here. I'll show you that in a minute. So basically, these are just glued together. I cut 1/8 of an inch off. I already kind of measured where this is going to go. So I did that. So now I'm going to go 2 in, turn it over, go 2 in from here and put it in that little slot. And then I'm going to pull out the one on the edge so it doesn't give me like half or on the edge. And do that. And that gives me all of my holes that I'm going to need. I decided to do 15 of these large pieces like this because I realized once I start putting stuff on there and gluing things to it, it's going to get rather thick. And I wanted to add some different size papers. I went ahead and I put some 8.5 by 11 cardstock in there. I'm still going to use my mixed media paper that I need to punch holes in. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that. Not cut that, punch that. And then I'm going to go 2 in and pull out the one. Oh, I left that out on the last one. That's okay, I can fix it. I left this out so it didn't punch a hole where it was supposed to, so I am just going to put it back in and line that hole up so I can re-punch it where it's supposed to be. Okay, so I did all of these. Now I have to do the smaller mixed media pages. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to measure. I hope you guys can see this. I'm going to measure and make sure I don't have too much on the side. And I want it to go up to the top. So probably here, pull this little deal in. Probably about right there. Yeah, let's try that. I usually do one scrap piece first, just to make sure that it's going to work. So, yeah, so you don't want too much paper here. You don't want it too close to the side. So then I'm going to go 2 in on that one. Did I turn it over? Okay. Okay, and then I'm going to pull out this last one here because that'll be two, there we go. So let's see how that turned out. Let me see. The big thing is you want to make sure, I have 2 of these over here, so you want to make sure that this is going to go in the middle. Yeah, see how this gap right here is there's too much paper there, so it won't turn. We have to fix that. So I'm going to turn this over and I'm going to redo it to make sure this has to come down just a tiny bit, not too much. I don't know, that might be a little bit too much. That's why I said I usually do a scrap piece first, just to make sure I have it in the right spot. And I'm not really worried about that. Okay, so that is on the edge, gives me enough to where this will turn. See how it goes in there? So this will probably work. So I'm going to do that and then turn it over. Watch, let's see. All right, let's see here. So that's good there. Now I'm going to take it 2 in and put it in that little kind of placeholder thing. And I'm going to pull number 8 out because I think, no, I might need 8 in. Let me try it with 8 in. That's the number on here. And yeah, see, that'll work. Okay. So that's how I'm going to do all of these. And this thing can cut more than one at a time. So I'm going to do several at a time. Let me try that. Let's see, I'll do that. Let me do that. Make sure they're lined up. Okay, that looks good. And it easily cuts through like 4 or 5 at a time. So, but you just want to make sure you keep them lined up. I'm going to go 2 from the end there. Get that in there. Cut those or punch those. And there's quite a few of them. And then I'm going to do the other ones. It really goes fast because it can cut through several. And once you get the hang of it, I know when I first did it, it sounded complicated, but it's really not. Okay. And actually, when I got this, it had instructions, but I'm pretty sure I watched a YouTube video, and that pretty much did it for me. There's a lot better instructional videos out there than this. Okay, so I have all of my papers punched and ready to go. So now I just have to line them up. And let me move this over while we do that. So let me get them all. Oh, wait, I forgot. We have to do the covers. Completely forgot about that. Okay, so let's get our covers. And so we have these 2 that we're going to use as our covers. I may still decorate this, but I'm going to wait till I have it all put in there because I haven't really decided. I think I may put like art journal or something on the side, but it wouldn't be where the spirals are anyway, so I'm not going to worry about that. So anyway, this is how it's going to be. Let's see, I guess these go a certain way. Yeah, that goes like that. So I'm going to go ahead and do these. Now these are a little bit off as far as sizing with the other ones. So I'm going to have to figure out, get the large pieces of paper, where this is going to go. Because I want it probably about here. So this would be the last one. Let me see here. Get this down just a little bit. Because the cover's a little bit bigger, I'm kind of gauging where I'm going to put these holes in here. So that's probably going to go about right there. I really don't want to mess this up, so let's see here. If I go like that, and then I'm kind of eyeballing it, the first one, but I got to make sure I get them both the same. Move that down just a tiny. Okay. I think that's about right there. So now what I have to do is I have to get this to the right spot to where the holes will line up. Let me see, right. I do it right there. Okay, so let's see if that's about right. So I got that right there. So that's going to be, I don't know. I think that'll work. That hole is right there. That's good. We will try that and hopefully it works. Because if it doesn't, I'll just have to get another cover. Let me measure it one more time. Maybe go down just a tiny bit. Yeah, I think that's about right. Okay. So now it's really not hard. Let me make sure all the holes are out. Okay. It's a little bit. I'm going to stand up to do this, but it will go through it. Okay. Okay. Get that out. Yeah, that turned out pretty good. So now we're going to do the same thing we do on the paper. We're going to go 2 in. And that allows us... Well, first I think I'm going to go ahead and punch this other side because I want them to line up exactly. So let's see. This is the... Okay, so is that the front? Flowers go that way and flowers go that way. Yeah, so that would go like that. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Uh-oh, did I move that? Or maybe I did. Shoot. Let me see. That's going to be a tough lineup. Okay, I think I accidentally moved my little deal when I was doing it, so now I got to line it up. Okay. Let me kind of mark it with my marker so I can line it up exactly. I was trying to get this to where, well, I guess I could do it like this. I think I moved this little edge part there when I was doing it, so let me do that again. I have to get it in there exactly the same, otherwise it's going to cause a big problem. There we go. Is that the same? It looks pretty good. Okay. Alrighty. This part right here has to, in order to line it up the same, you have to keep it the same. And I guess when I was doing this, I moved it. So, and this is the front. So this is going to go like that. And then this is going to go, oops, sorry. Let's see, this is going to go that way. So I got to do that. Make sure those are lined up exactly. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Let's say that is lined up the same. No, see, it moved again. Shoot. Let's see. Yeah, tiny. It moved just the tiniest little bit. Okay, let's try it again. I don't know if that has a lock on it or not. That would be nice. Yeah, I think that's better. Okay. All right, here we go. This is really, I don't know why this one's having such a hard time. There we go. I just didn't have the right leverage on it. Okay. So now, let's hope that these two line up. Okay, so that is the back. Yes, they do perfectly. Okay. So now we're going to do the same thing we did on the paper. Move that out. We're going to go 2 in and line that up. This does come out, but I don't know. I may need, it does come off. I have taken it off before, but I just don't remember how I did it. Oh, come on. Let me see. I know it does come off in case, or this thing flips out or something. I can't remember. I think it flips. There we go. That's what it is. This little edge piece flips in case, you know, because right now this is bigger than that edge. So we're going 2 in. Okay, and then we're probably going to move 10 out, right? I think it'll be too many holes if I do 10. But that's going to be way over there. This is going to be way over here. Maybe 10 needs to go in. No, I don't think so. Okay, so let's just do that. Hopefully I can punch this better. There we go. Okay. Yeah, that's a good choice. Okay. So leave 10 out. That's the number on here that I'm doing. So we're going to go in. Okay, we're going to go in the second one, put it in the second, the little holder thing in there. I did it on the wrong side. Okay, turn it over. And put that in. I haven't used this forever, guys, so I'm not real proficient at it. Okay. There we go. Okay, there we go. Okay. Now, it does cut through chipboard, but I'm not saying it's easy. Okay. But this is pretty thick, and it cut through it. And, you know, you just have to have better leverage. If I were standing directly over it, it would have been a lot easier, but I'm kind of off to the side. Okay, so anyway, here's our covers. And so they're cut, ready to go. And here's our papers. Let me get all those. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to arrange our papers the way we want them. Move that over here for a minute. Move that over. We don't need it yet. And really, there's no rhyme or reason. I'm just trying to, you know, let's see, maybe I do that. And take another one in here. Or maybe, let's see, I don't know if I did a certain amount to where it would be evenly, you know, distributed, but I'll put them that way first, and then if I change my mind later, I can. I just wanted kind of just a mix. Oh, I kind of wanted this in front, so I'll put that there. This here. And then one of these. One of those. And maybe one of those. And maybe one of these. One of those. One of these. I'm just alternating them. They're going to all be covered at some point. I'm just doing it to have different papers in there. And I'm probably going to end up moving them around. Put that in there. Yeah, I think I have a lot more of these, so I'm going to have to probably intermix those in there. Okay, so now, and then this is going to be my back page. So now I have a lot more of those. So I'm probably going to go, got that, then that. So maybe I'll put that in between. Put that in between. I don't even care if these are upside down, guys. I'm going to be like, you know, covering them later. So not a big deal. You know, honestly. Okay. And I am only doing this so that I have, you know, just a variety of different papers to work with. You know, you can do it however you want. I don't really have any real set pattern in this. Okay, I'm going to do that. Maybe take one of those out. Put it here. This is that one. I see a spot in the beginning that I might want to put that. It's there. I have a spot I don't have anything. I might put that there. Okay, so that's how I'm going to do it. And I did a lot less pages than I said I was going to because I decided to put the white cardstock in there and the mixed media. And so altogether, I think I'm going to have like about 40 pages. So actually, no, wait, 30. So it'll be 30 pages. So that's going to give me a total of 60, which actually, when you fill this all up and glue on it and paint on it, it's going to be pretty thick. So I have this is a 1 1/4 inch binding. So I bought this kind of in a large quantity on Amazon. I couldn't find it again, so I don't know if they still sell them, but I'm sure you can get them anywhere because the ones you get with the cinch are kind of expensive. The ones you saw that I had those, and they were on sale. I got them for 74 cents for 2, but these are really cheap, and I like the gold, so I'm going to go ahead and do it with this one. It's a little bigger than the other one I had. So I'm going to show you how that part of it works. You don't have to do it this way. They recommend that you do. This little part right here can hook on, this little flat square part can hook on to the back of, or the side of your cinch. and it helps you just kind of hold it in place. It goes like on every other one, and it just holds it in place so you can put your pages on in your book. And the way that you do it, I got to remember. Let's see. This is the back. Yeah, that's the back. So that would go on. I think it goes backwards. I'm trying to remember. It's really confusing. Because it's going to turn over. I do know. I think this has to go. I think this has to go. Let me think. Backwards. Okay, so this is going to go back to back with the cover. And the cover is going to go on back. But it goes, let me see. Oh gosh, guys, hang on a minute and I'm going to look real quick and see. Okay? I think I figured it out. I took one of my old books that I did and I looked at it. I could look at the instructions, but oh well. Anyway, I'm going to try it. Okay, so you take your back cover, or this is your front cover, and you're going to put it this way. This is your inside, this is your outside, and then you're going to have your back cover. You have the two outsides, or this is your back cover, but this is the outside of the back cover. This is the inside. You have your two outsides facing each other, and you have your front cover first and your back cover second. So we're going to put this down. Then we're going to put your back cover on because we're going to put all the pages on here, and then that front cover is going to flip over it. Okay, so we'll do that. See, and that's the thing I was worried about. You want them to end up putting the holes in the same place so that they're the same size. You know, they're not off kilter. And here's our pages that we picked out. I think they kind of got a little out of order. There should be a purple page here somewhere. Where did that go to? I should have another. Oh, here it is. It got out of order, I think. It doesn't really matter because ultimately, guys, you know what? It's all going to be mixed up anyway. Okay, so then you're going to put, I'm not using the cinch for this. When you have a lot of these, it's actually easier to do it without it. So I'm just going to line up my pages and put them on here like that. And just kind of go. I think these kind of got out of order. Take that off. And you know, it doesn't matter. That's just an extra page. Why I have that in there, I don't know. It's not going to really matter. We're going to cover all this up anyway. And you'll see this one, it has one less little thing that it's going in. And so you can either put that up here or down there. I'm putting it at the bottom. And so I'm just making sure that these all go in each hole. Like, see, I just skipped one, so I got to go back in there. This is way easier than I'm making it look, guys. Like I said, I haven't done it for a long time. It's probably been a year since I used this, which I really should use it more because it's a great way to bind things. I like it better than the rings because it doesn't wobble around. And you don't have to have a cinch. Like I said, you can take this to a copy shop, and most of them have a binding service, and it's relatively inexpensive. I do know that you can catch these on sale, and it's just a fun tool to have. If you're going to make journals and glue books and stuff, it's a good way to do it. Okay, hold on. And the little thing that you put it on does help you when you're trying to do this, but honestly, when I sometimes I find it hard to use. I'd rather just put them on this way. That's just my preference. You can see it's pretty easy, not hard. Some of these pages I may even have put in upside downs, but I don't care because I'm going to cover them up. Of course, the white ones, it doesn't matter. Oop, I'm going to skip one there. Anyway, I did not want 2 white ones. I probably ran out of other pages. So, oop, see, I missed that. It's on the wrong thing. You don't want any hanging off the edge. So, this is going to give me lots of pages, so I'm excited about that. Anyway, this is kind of boring, but it's part of the process. Go like that. Like I said, I don't think it matters if it's one way or the other. It's not going to really make a huge difference when we get done. The one thing you do want to make sure when you put these on is that you may have a little bit higher gap or, difference on the top than the bottom. So you want to make sure when you put them in there that you don't have any, hanging over or whatever. Some pages longer. Like I think I might have put one in. No, I guess I didn't. You're just trying to get them in there all evenly. Let's see, like that one. Probably needs that. Yeah, that looks about right. Nope, see, that has to go that way. Right, so let me make sure they're all lining up good. Looks like it so far. And I really am making mine kind of big. You don't have to make your glue book that big. I just for some reason think I want large pages. So I may regret that. I may decide I don't want that, but for the most part, I think that's what I want. Okay, so I think that's good. This one looks a little off. Go that way. I may have done that one backwards. I don't know. Okay, so now this should work to where, since we had these back to back, when you flip this over, this is going to be your front and this is going to be your back. That's why I see they're back to back like that. And the way that you bind these is on the edge of this cinch. You have a little thing here that kind of squishes them down, and you basically just move this to whatever width ring you have, and we have the 1 1/4 as the largest one, and this is not going to do all the rings, so we're going to have to do it, and we're going to have to do some and then go back and do more. So I'm going to do these, and all you really do is just, I'm going to do it sideways so you guys can see. You just kind of position it in there and get that in there, and then just smush it down. Okay, and then you go, and the ones you have left over, you do those. Okay. Oh, it didn't go all the way down. Let me do it again. I think it's because I don't have it in there all the way. You can always go back and kind of tighten them up. Okay, so that binds it right there. Pretty easy. Like I said, I made this look a lot harder than it really is, and I'm hoping that I did it right because I cannot remember how this works. This goes over. This goes this way. And there you go. So there it is. That's it, guys. Oh, It did not bind right there. It didn't go all the way through. I got to make it tighter. Hold on. These right here, see that gap? It's too big. So I'm going to have to put those in. Not that big a deal. Let me see. A little harder when they're close together, but yeah, I don't think I did it tight enough on the top part up here. Do that. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera off and on and on. I'm going to put the other pages in. So I just went through and put the papers back on. All that happened is the little things were not done tight enough, so they kind of came off. So all I did is I just put them back on the same way that we did before, and I put it back in and just made sure I squeezed it a little bit tighter. It's not as hard as I'm making it look. Honestly, what's happening is you have to give it enough leverage, and I'm not standing directly over it because I'm trying not to block the camera. So it's not as hard as making it look, I promise. So anyway, here's our book. I like the size of it because I know what's going to happen is that once we start gluing things on our pages and, doing our mixed media and stuff, it's going to wind up getting a lot thicker, and you really don't want to go, too big with the rings. So this will be a good starter for us. I really like this. I think it's going to work. I don't know where this red came from, but who knows. But I think it looks good. I don't even know if I'm going to do anything else to the cover. I just like the way they are. So anyway, we have all these great pages to use. Of course, you can put any pages you want in there. I just put a mishmash of little pages so that I could have mixed media. I've got these other white pages. I just kind of mixed them up, and all of these other pages, they're nice and thick, and they're, because we glued them together, we have lots of, and also too, books like these big coffee table books like this, their paper's a little bit thicker, and it works great if you're going to use gesso and things like that. Especially, I glued both of these together, so it works really good in the binding. You want to use a thicker paper, like the mixed media paper is thicker, and then this is lightweight cardstock that I put in there. It's not super heavy, but it's not just regular paper. So that way you have, something substantial. Anyway, so that's what I did, and on Fun Fridays, occasionally I'll probably get this out. I'll probably use it on my own. I think it'll be a fun thing. Um, Honestly, guys, I did make the cinch look a lot harder than it really is, but I haven't used it for a really long time. So anyway, thanks, and then we'll see you again next time, and we'll do more Fun Fridays.